modern rabbinical Judaism is not the same religion of the Hebrew Israelites found in the Old Testament, but in rabbinical Judaism, the term Torah also includes the Babylonian Talmud as well as the writings of the Kabbalah, like the Zohar, which is Jewish Luciferianism. Yes, let's study the Talmud. I first want to bring your attention to Yevamot 63a, where we read, "And Rabbi Elazar said, 'What is the meaning of that which is written? This is now bone of my bones and flesh of my flesh.'" Genesis 2:23. This teaches that Adam had intercourse with each animal and beast.
Adam had intercourse with each animal and beast
in his search for his mate, and his mind was not at ease, in accordance with the verse, "And for Adam there was not found a helpmate for him," Genesis 2:20, until he had intercourse with Eve. The Talmud contains dialogue of high-profile rabbis who banter back and forth about legalistic details regarding the most vile sexual acts. Disturbingly, there's endless dialogue about bestiality, where the rabbis nitpick on details about whether or not to also kill the animals who have been raped by Jews, or if they are also guilty of seduction. But it gets even more satanic than that. As you read through the Talmud, you learn that rabbis cling to the age of 3-year-old little girls as a special number. Let's scroll to Ketubot 11b, where we read, "Rava said that this is what the Mishnah is saying. An adult man who has engaged in intercourse with a minor girl less than 3 years old has done nothing, as intercourse with a girl less than 3 years old is tantamount to poking a finger into the eye. In the case of an eye, after a tear falls from it, another tear forms to replace it. Similarly, the ruptured hymen of the girl younger than 3 is restored." To further validate this teaching, we read in Yevamot 57b, "We too learn in the following Bereda that there is no legal significance to an act of intercourse with a girl less than 3 years old." And then it goes on to say that a girl 3 years and 1 day old can be betrothed via sexual intercourse. The Jewish Talmud also teaches in Gittin 57a verses 3 through 4 that a sorcerer named Onkelos raised Jesus Christ from the dead using witchcraft. And Jesus even tells Onkelos himself that he is in hell boiling in hot feces. Onkelos then went and raised Jesus the Nazarene from the grave through necromancy. Onkelos said to him, "Who is most important in that world where you are now?" Jesus said to him, "The Jewish people." Onkelos asked him, "Should I then attach myself to them in this world?" Jesus said to him, "Their welfare you shall seek, their misfortune you shall not seek. For anyone who touches them is regarded as if he were touching the apple of his eye." Onkelos said to him, "What is the punishment of that man?" A euphemism for Jesus himself. "In the next world." Jesus said to him, "He is punished with boiling excrement." As a master said, anyone who mocks the words of the sages will be sentenced to boiling excrement. And this was his sin, as he mocked the words of the sages. The Jewish scriptures tell us that they believe Jesus Christ is actually in hell boiling in poop, and can be summoned through witchcraft by such necromancers named Onkelos. I'm just trying to think of what other religion speaks so demonically about Christ Jesus. Not even the official satanic Bible mentions Jesus by name. The most famous crypto-Jew in history was their self-proclaimed Messiah of 1666. Sabbatai Zevi, a Kabbalah rabbi, declared himself the Jewish Messiah in the year 1666 and convinced literally half of the world's Jewish population at the time, over 1 million Jews, to follow him into the twisted world of Luciferianism through the practice of Kabbalah. Zevi forged a new foundation of Judaism that preached redemption through sin, which consisted of inverting everything sacred and pure into degenerate acts of perversion and depravity as a form of spiritual liberation and personal deification. The practices that the Sabbateans promoted most were things like wife swapping, incestuous philia, group orgies, bestiality, and debauchery, among many other things. In 1666, Sabbatai Zevi visited Constantinople, where he was imprisoned and given the choice of either facing death or conversion to Islam, ordered by the Sultan Mehmed IV. Zeve chose to convert to Islam, sporting a turban from then on. He was praised and financially rewarded in the Ottoman Empire for his conversion. A large portion of his devout followers also converted to Islam and became known as the Donme, which is Turkish for converts. Zevi took being a crypto Jew to a whole new level, beginning with the Islamic Donme sect in Turkey, which inspired a major crypto Jew movement of infiltration and hijacking of other major religious and world government leadership positions, while secretly remaining Kabbalistic Jews. In the mid-1700s, Kabbalah rabbi Jacob Frank was Sabbatai Zevi's successor, who claimed to be the reincarnation of not only Sabbatai Zevi himself, but also the biblical patriarch Jacob, who later was known as Israel in the Bible. Jacob Frank took redemption through sin into even more depraved and satanic depths that included ritual human and child sacrifice. Jacob Frank preached a Gnostic philosophy wherein there was a true God, who is the God of Kabbalah, who Christians would call Satan or Lucifer. Frank taught that the God of Kabbalah could be revealed only through a total destruction of the social and religious structures created by the false God. His millions of followers are called Sabbatean Frankists to this day. Jacob Frank partnered with none other than the satanic bloodline of Mayer Amschel Rothschild and Illuminati Jesuit Adam Weishaupt to form a purely satanic and Kabbalistic unholy trinity that would soon infiltrate and hijack world banking and the upper levels of Judaism, Catholicism, and Islam. The Sabbatean Frankist Rothschild banking dynasty was behind the creation of the political Zionist movement and the creation of the counterfeit nation of Israel